What if your body is not where consciousness lives, but merely where it appears? What if the mind does not exist inside the body, but the body exists inside the mind? And what if everything you call me is already dissolving, even while you're listening to this? Pause for a moment. Feel your body. Now ask yourself quietly, where is the one who is aware of this body? Most of us grow up believing something very simple, almost unquestionable. I am this body. My consciousness is inside my head. When the body dies, consciousness ends. This belief feels so obvious that we rarely examine it. And yet, in the Buddhist teachings, this assumption is gently but radically challenged. Not with philosophy for the sake of philosophy, not with mystical speculation, but with direct observation of experience. In the Satipatthana Sutta, MN 10, the Buddha does not say, "This body is you." He says, "One contemplates the body as body." That single phrase already hints at something profound. If you can observe the body, how can it be who you are? Today, we explore a question that sounds paradoxical, even unsettling. Is consciousness really limited by the body, or does it go beyond it? Here is a strange question. If your body were truly you, why can you watch it change, while something in you remains aware? You were once a child. This body was smaller, softer, different. Every cell has been replaced many times over. Yet you still say, "I was that child." What is the I that continues while the body does not? The Buddha never asked us to believe in consciousness beyond the body as a theory. Instead, he invited us to look. In the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, SN 2259, he points to the 5 aggregates: form, body, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. And he asks a simple question about each. Is this permanent or impermanent? Is what is impermanent satisfactory or unsatisfactory? Is what is impermanent, unsatisfactory, and subject to change fit to be regarded as, "This is mine, this is I, this is myself"? The body is clearly impermanent, so are feelings, so are thoughts, and even consciousness itself as an object. This leads to a subtle insight. Consciousness is not a fixed entity located inside the body. It is a process, arising and ceasing, dependent on conditions. If consciousness were truly inside the body, then when the body is still, why does the mind keep moving? If consciousness were limited by the brain, why can attention travel instantly to the past, to imagined futures, to distant places? Your body is sitting here, but your mind, where is it right now? In the Mahatmanha Sutta, MN 38, the Buddha directly corrects a monk who believed consciousness was a permanent entity that travels from life to life. The Buddha says clearly, consciousness arises dependent on conditions. Just as fire exists only when there is fuel, consciousness exists only when conditions come together. When the eye meets a visible form, visual consciousness arises. When the ear meets a sound, auditory consciousness arises. When the mind meets a thought, mental consciousness arises. Consciousness does not exist on its own. It appears only when the right conditions are present. Notice something subtle. There is no single container called the body that holds consciousness. There is only contact, moment by moment. This means consciousness is not inside the body, like water in a cup. It arises with the body, but is not owned by it. Example, the radio analogy but deeper. You may have heard the radio analogy. If a radio breaks, the signal doesn't disappear. The receiver does. But the Buddha goes even further. He would ask, where exactly is the signal before it appears? Where does it go after it fades? The point is not to replace one belief with another, but to see the emptiness of fixed locations. Consciousness has no address. Not in the heart, not in the brain, not in the body. It arises and passes. A meditative shock. Try this right now. Close your eyes. Notice a sound. Did you go to the sound, or did the sound appear in awareness? Now notice a thought. Did you choose it, or did it simply arise? Where is the boundary between inside and outside in direct experience? The body as an object, not a self. In the Satipatthana Sutta, MN 119, mindfulness of the body is taught not to reinforce identification, but to dissolve it. The body is observed as elements: earth, water, fire, air, postures, walking, standing, sitting, lying down, processes, breathing, digesting, decaying. When the body is seen this way, something shifts. The sense of I am the body weakens, not because we reject the body, but because we see it clearly. And when identification softens, awareness feels less confined. The cage that was never locked. What if the body was never a prison, only a reference point? What if consciousness feels trapped only because it keeps saying, "This is me"? Dreams, jhana, and the flexibility of awareness. Consider dreams. In a dream, you have a body. You see, hear, move, feel pain or joy. But your physical body lies still in bed. So where's consciousness then? In deep meditation, especially jhana, described in MN 39, MN 77, AN 9.36, practitioners report awareness that is unified, expansive, and detached from bodily sensation. The body fades, but awareness remains vivid. This is not mystical speculation. It is carefully documented phenomenology in the suttas. The Buddha never said consciousness leaves the body. He showed that identification with the body can cease, and awareness does not collapse. Why does the idea of consciousness beyond the body feel frightening? Because if you are not the body, what are you? And if there is no fixed you, what dies? Death, consciousness, and non-ownership. In the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, DN 16, the Buddha does not describe death as the annihilation of a self. He describes it as the cessation of conditioned processes. Not someone disappearing, but conditions no longer arising. This is why clinging is central. The Buddha says in SN 1252, with clinging as condition, becoming arises. When clinging ceases, the cycle stops. The question is not, does consciousness survive the body? The deeper question is, who is asking? When you look into a mirror and the mirror breaks, where does your reflection go? Consciousness beyond the body is not about something going somewhere. It's about seeing that it was never contained to begin with. Practical insight. Why this matters. This teaching is not abstract. When you identify less with the body, fear softens. Aging becomes less personal. Pain is experienced, but not owned. Death loses some of its terror. You still care for the body, but you don't confuse it with who you are. As the Buddha says in the Dhammapada, verse 277, all conditioned things are impermanent. Seeing this clearly is the beginning of freedom. If consciousness is not the body and not owned by the body, then what remains when identification ends? Silence, clarity, suchness. So let us return to where we began. Is consciousness beyond the body? The Buddha might answer, look closely, not in theory, not in belief, but in this very moment. Notice the body, notice sensations, notice thoughts, and notice the knowing of them. That knowing is not a thing, not a place, not a self, and yet it is here, quiet, open, unconfined. This is the universe within.